distracting. Jade Mountain is here. That Jade Mountain means there's abundance coming in, and that you've earned this abundance, and that maybe you don't feel like you've earned it, but the abundance is coming in. There's just it's lush, it's fresh, it's beautiful, and it's reliable, right? Resolving this abundance. Now, it may be hard to let something go. It may be hard to say goodbye to what was once. Only because you believe that that's as good as it can get. Maybe this is stuff from childhood that you like idealize, and you're like, okay, this thing from childhood is as good as it can get, and that's just not true. Life is constantly changing and constantly flowing, and resolution could just be you realizing and looking at all these blessings and understanding that this is now a period to move on to new blessings. Okay. Ship and tree. Oh, so this is, you might have to travel or go somewhere or travel for something that's health related, or it could just be it's time to travel for your health. Like this healthy sense of travel and what travel can do, maybe even a getaway that you're going to. Now, in some extreme situations, it could be having to travel somewhere to see a specialized doctor. But I think in general, it's more travel right now would be healthy for you to get out and do stuff. Like, in other words, travel is becoming healthy again. If you look at this in the broad spectrum, you could see this as sort of a tag on to COVID. As the world is starting to open up again, maybe you can get out more and go places, go camping, get back into nature. It's healing. In other words, it's once again a tangible way that you can help move yourself and get you out of a stuck mindset by seeing a different place or exposing yourself to a different place. It's actually like helping you realize how differences and changes can be good. Books, learning. This is really beautiful. Out of your comfort zone and time for you to travel. I know you like to be rooted. I know you like to stay in one place, but it's time. It's time to move around. You could be researching, exploring, learning, and saying that travel is an opportunity for learning right now, that books only go so far. And yes, I know that you could get lost in books, and that's wonderful, but what's even more wonderful is to see and experience things for yourself. So travel is an opportunity for you right now. Let's go into your animal totems. Virgo, animal totems. Animal totems are extremely important. Guys, if you like this message so far, please do like and share this video, and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell and hit all notifications so you know when I upload your favorite content. Extremely important messages, because this is how the spiritual world uses the natural world to communicate with you, which means traveling or getting back to nature is super important right now. It's not just interaction directly with the actual animals. It could be their signs, logos, images, things like that. So you have flamingo, embrace the in-between. So embrace the right now, this period of transition. Embracing the transition will help you not to fight against it, so you're not wasting your energy, right? This sense of, okay, things are changing. That's what it's saying. Embrace the change. Embrace that things are transforming and different things are happening. And I can find my balance here as well as I've found my balance elsewhere. And then when the transition is over, I'll find my balance in that new place. This is a beautiful time of realizing that the transition, as much as it makes you uncomfortable, is also a sign of growth, a sign of accomplishment. And then we have nothing is wasted. Everything from the past has taught you a lesson. There's also vulture energy tells us treasure in a trash heap, right? Find the good parts about this. It may be difficult, but Spirit is saying there is great parts about this. In fact, the things that you'll find now are things you can only find now, are things you'll only have access to right now, right? There's no other time that you're going to have access to this treasure. So pay very attention, especially to the details, because through this transformative time, transformative time are short periods of time, and they're unique, right? So we go between, like, transitions happen in short bursts, and then we have long stretches of solidarity. So this is actually a very unique time. So treasure these moments, right? So, so treasure these moments. But treasuring something isn't necessarily not letting it go. It's learning from it, so you never remember. The one thing you never have to let go of is a lesson. So if you've learned from something, that's a part of it that you can carry with you forever, and that you do carry with you forever. Education and learning is the ultimate way to never have to let something go. As long as you've learned something, it's now become a part of you. Wisdom. Everything has a place and a purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for things. This is the second time you've gotten wisdom. And wisdom is that incorporation of the lessons into your whole self. Wisdom is that transformative essence of you that is transformed by the people you've met and the lessons you've learned by interacting with them, and the lessons you've learned throughout life. That is what wisdom is, because wisdom holds no anger. It holds no aggression. It holds no regret. It has learned. So it knows that there's stability in that. Precious strength, precious gift, friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important, especially as things change and transform. This is most important. In other words, prioritizing a sense of love over a sense of even duty or payback. It's just prioritizing love. Sacred source, we, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. Already came out. You're already being noticed. You're already being paid attention to. And you know what? It doesn't matter what other people think about you. That's the truth. But I want to let you know they're thinking better of you than you think they are. People's eyes are on you. They're still admiring you, thinking that you're beautiful. That's still a truth for many, many people. So whatever it is that may have marred the way that you feel about yourself right now, maybe, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because sometimes it helps to tap into other people's faith in you, or the way that other people view you, in order to help refuel yourself. You know, it's like taking water from somebody that has a full jug. Like, let somebody help you and remind you of your beauty and your strength and your value right now. Timeless earth, this is a transformative period for you, but it's also get back to actual nature. And maybe sometimes you just need a little time alone, and let yourself grow slowly, like the trees, like the vegetation. It grows slowly. So take your time to come back from this, allowing yourself to heal and be healthier, become healthier in the process. And you have more nature. So whenever you're in doubt of your worth or your value, or you're feeling anxiety, nature, put your feet in the ground, connect with the earth. It will help you breathe. And then you get back to nature itself, the balanced essence of you. There's two nature cards, natural. Get back to your natural self, your natural beauty, who you are. I don't have to overspeak it. That's kind of like, almost like natural beauty. What is your natural beauty? It comes from your heart. That's what it comes from. Those two cards fell out. Interesting. You may also be surrounded by earth energy, because there's lots of energy here. It's all earth. That's the message right there. Trust your intuition and take a leap of faith. So there may not be signs and symbols or footholds around you right now. And a lot of times when this happens, really happening is you're actually directing the universe. The universe isn't directing you. Which way do you really want? So that's why it's so important to go the direction of your heart, and your intuition is guiding you, because you don't want to tell the universe that you want to go away just because you think it's easier or you think it'll work out the best. You want to be really aligned with your heart right now, so you know that the direction you're going is aligned with your highest purpose and your happiness. I feel brave. See, you have all the power on the strength. I'm like getting a picture of the lion in my head right now. I feel brave. So trust your bravery. Don't second guess it. And it's good that you feel brave, because feeling scared around this time might make you hold back. So you've got the energy aligned with the assignment, right? Of you're going to have to take this leap of faith. Well, I feel brave. It's good to feel brave in those times. I will heal. So this could, I think this is you coming around again from some shit that you went through, from you finally being able to retaliate, or you finding the strength after a long period of feeling. The one card that pops out, learn from those who inspire you. I'm saying the one card that has turned over in my face, the learn from those who inspire you. Now, if you've been feeling anything like me, you've been really drawn and pulled to maybe the same old movies, same old books, going back, maybe watching videos on YouTube, like looking at people who are talking, people who are doing what you want to do, and you've been really drawn to it. And so what is it? And what is it? And now you know your trajectory. Like now you know. Now you know because you can't take your eyes off it. Now you know because your heart keeps calling you back to it. Now you know. And it's almost like you didn't know when you were watching. You were probably like negative self-talk. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you doing this? You should be doing something else. You should be working. You shouldn't be distracted. You weren't distracted. You were being recalled. You were being recalled by your heart. Your mind was being recalled by your heart to focus on what it was supposed to be focusing on. And now you know. You know now, right now, to go back and look at what has been calling your attention, drawing your attention. That's what you really want. That's what you really need in your life. And that's your calling. That's your direction. And the legends, these people, maybe you've been listening to them talk, you've been listening to motivational videos. They're the ones that are guiding you, because they're the ones that you admire, because they're the ones that are doing what you want to be doing. Those are messages of support and love coming directly from spirit. Peacock, raise your standards. You're not ordinary. You are extraordinary. And you got to stop settling for mediocrity. Stop, because that's not what you were meant to be. Not in turn. I mean, maybe you're going to be a mediocre cook your whole life, right? Maybe you're going to be a mediocre, I don't know, ice skater your whole life. That doesn't matter. What matters is you're not going to be mediocre in what your heart's calling you to. That's not what you were designed to do. Opportunity knocks. Go for it. There you go. Now, how is this opportunity coming into you? Seek knowledge. There is information coming to you. There is, like I said, ideas opening up, a togetherness, a curiosity. But it's not just yours. And that's the great news. It's everybody else on the same page. It's not everybody else, you know that, but like other people being curious, other people liking the curiosity of you, the intellect of you, the interesting things about you. This is a real great time for you to debut or, debut a new idea, a new project. I am a voice. Okay, you got a purpose behind here too. You've been working on something where you want to be heard. Yep. Now, a voice for what? All this says is that, okay, check this out. I am a voice is also I am being listened to, right? It's not just I'm talking into the wind and nobody's hearing me. I am a voice means that there is a purpose. You have an inspiration or a purpose inside of you. You know you have to speak out about something. You know you have to speak up about something, and you're going to do it. No questions asked. But the thing is this, I will be heard, right? Because a voice, what is a voice? It's a sound. If it's not being picked up by somebody's ears, you still make the sound, but a voice is heard. It's something that's heard, and you will be heard. This is why it's a great time. Opportunity knocks for you to actually say what you need to say, debut what you need to debut. And then we have I am cherished. Now this is the card that we wanted. New moon, welcoming in, not, I would say attention definitely, but also recognition and appreciation. I am cherished. I am a voice and I am cherished. So there are people who are really wanting to hear what you have to say, and they will receive it in a good way. But I don't think it's just what you have to say so much as no, definitely what you have to say, but also that you said it. There's something about the way that you're saying it, the conduit you're using to say it, the way that you're sharing the information. It's almost bigger than what you have to say. That's all I can get right now, but we're gonna keep moving on. Crown chakra. This is the illumination and enlightenment. So these are messages straight from the Almighty, the Eternal. This is also going beyond your normal abilities. It's something, like I said, larger than you. It's almost like a collective consciousness that you're tapping into. And then we have obstacles and challenges. There are 3D obstacles and challenges because not everybody is ready to hear or understand the things that you're being enlightened by, right? And so I think that is your biggest challenge. Your biggest challenge is how do I get people to listen? How do I say these things or communicate these things in a way that people will be able to understand them? Because it's the comprehension factor that is the biggest challenge, that is going to determine whether or not people will listen to you or not. If it's too high above them, and a lot of times thoughts inspired by the crown chakra are, because how do you illuminate something somebody can't relate to? How do you make it relatable? That's the biggest obstacle, is this 3D world, right? All the restrictions and challenges that come with how people communicate and talk here. It's not just a fluid communication between you and the esoterical communicate, or thoughts, right, between you and the ether, right? It's not just that. It's how do I then translate that into something that is practical and can be used by everyday humans. So you are working on something, definitely communications, and then bam, there's a breakthrough. And I think you needed this breakthrough. There's a lot of frustration, and there could have even been fear around it. When the sword, this is almost like the Ace of Swords comes out, this is aha, I get it. Now the clarity, we found the answers. It's like, when you were taking a math test when you were a kid, you couldn't get it, and then all of a sudden, bam, the answer is. But the answer is really in the process, isn't it? The answer that comes out after you remember how to do the process, that's nothing. The answer is great, that's fine. But it's the process itself that was tripping you up. It's always the process, right? This is clarity in the process, okay? And then we have wisdom. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Financial and material changes. There's 3 5s here. You got 5 5 5. There's a huge change that's happening. Now, I think that what this meant was you made a lot of sacrifice, a great deal of investment, and now that investment is starting to change and pay off. It's actually maybe even using money in a way that you never used it before, and surrendering this old belief or understanding about how to use money or what success is. For you now, I think success is communication and being able to convince people of things that you see that they couldn't see before. And then suffering in silence. This has been a big sacrifice. You put a lot of yourself into it. This could also I don't use that word. This could also almost like refer to you've made a huge investment. Right, so there could be a little bit of worry here in terms of finances. Am I going to get out what I put in? But ultimately, what you get out is not about finances. It's about triumph. It's about victory. It's about being able to actually have accomplished something like this. Spiritual union, you will call in people who are your soul tribe. You will connect with people who get you and understand you. People will understand you. There is something on the other side of this conversation. That's what I want you to know. It's like your communication has worked. And it really isn't about convincing somebody, it's about getting people to listen. This also does, of course, with this, fertility and connection, fertility and communications. They want to hear what you have to say, reaching people, getting them to listen to you, and that multiplying. It's almost like fertility in terms of thoughts and idea sharing, right? Catching on like wildfire, broadening, expanding, other people's minds being open enough to finally can get you and understand you and not block you in. This is going to feel like a really free and liberated period of your life. It's like, yeah, you finally got the right people. That was part of the solution to the problem, right? You finally got the right minds to clink together and to solve these problems, these issues, these problems, these connectivity problems solved. And then we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, falling right on top of this. So yeah, you finally are able to love. You're finally able to open your heart to love. You're finally able to connect and have people connect with you. All of this suffering, right? You were worried, you were scared. You may not have been sharing that with the rest of the world, but there is a resolution to those issues now, where you're starting to see some calm, a time for healing. That's beautiful energy. The answers you need are coming. I don't think that you would have been able to heal if you still had to deal with and carry the tension that is not being able to solve the problems. The problems are being solved. The issues are being solved. Like I said, the equations are all starting to come together, and all the particulars that like those irritating things that you just couldn't figure out. And it comes through connection. And it comes through other people's ideas being added to your idea and helping you out. So opening yourself up to other people's ideas as well is a huge part of your breakthrough. Now we have help, assistance coming through, maybe from a water sign, but just emotional support, unexpected help in places that you did not expect to get help. Yeah, maybe not that you look down on people, but that you didn't expect to be encouraged by. And then we have practice. Practice makes perfect. Refining yourself, deciding to, practice makes perfect. Let's just stick with that. Reaching. This is a desire. Going after what it is that you really want, even though other people tried to hold you back. This is a focus. Like finally just being able to decide and feel comfortable in making a commitment to what it is that you really want. And once you chose that focus, it's like that was another piece of the puzzle toward figuring out any of these, let's call them equations that you couldn't get right away. It's like it's like that. You've also had to let some people go. Release the power of fear. What are you afraid of? There's a lot of things that you're running from, a lot of things that you're chasing right now. They're based on illusion because you're not facing fear. Face those fears. Whatever you're afraid of, this is what's going to take the balls, right? This is what's going to take the confrontation. This is where your battle is truly living right now, is your own fear. Your own fear of what? If it's not working out, you'll get another option. You'll find something that is, or maybe just fear of stagnation, of staying still too long, of getting bored. That could be a fear too. Sometimes we gotta just kind of like hanker through, right? And be like, okay. Now, another card just popped out that I know that you're gonna really, really love. Okay, because it's almost like this big old breakthrough happening for you to help you out. I will rejoice. You're actually going to be happy when you face your fears. You're actually going to be happy when you stop chasing your tail or trying to escape into illusion. You don't actually want to do those things because for you, that's fucking retreat, and you don't like to retreat. You're going to be back full steam ahead. You're going to feel so good about yourself once you are able to just confront this shit. 100%. Some good news, some happy shit is coming through. It may seem disappointing, but it's not disappointing. It is almost like you've been pretending for a while, it's almost like, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to you, but you ever like been dating somebody and you're just like not thrilled with them, but you're just intent on making it work, and then they break up with you, and it's like you should be pissed, but you won't be. You won't be. You'll be like, you'll immediately see like, oh, thank God. Oh, I understand. Yeah, no, I know you gotta leave. It's, you know, I could feel it. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing fine. It's almost like you're doing real fine. You know what it's like? It's like you get the bad news that's good news. It's like getting laid off a job you hated. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I got 6 months severance. Oh, shit. That kind of energy, right? It's not necessarily bad news. It breaks through the illusion. It's like makes you face your fear. And it's like, oh, thank God. This is what I've been wanting, but didn't know how to give myself. Bada bing, bada boom, baby.